In this video, I'm going to show you how we can go from talking on camera like this into this. At the end of this video, we will learn what are the 3 key elements that make up a professional looking audio and video setup so that we can maintain our professional image while we are working from home. When we work from home, we will encounter the use of a microphone and a camera because we need to talk to our teams over calls, and there are 3 things that I would pay attention to in order to look good and to sound good. Otherwise, it will look as if we are in a dungeon, or we might say things that we actually don't want others to hear.
What do you want to have for lunch?
Now, the first thing that we need to have is a headset or a microphone so that we can call people over the internet, such as the one that I'm holding right here. Now, a headset is good because it's designed to prevent the occurrence of echo because the microphone is connected together with the speakers. But I'm not exactly a headset kind of guy because after wearing it for hours and hours, it can get really tiring on the ears, you know. So I have an external microphone behind me, and I want to share how I actually use an external microphone and an external speaker such that it does not cause echo. The risk of using an external microphone is that it may cause echo, but what we can do is we can position the microphone in such a way that it's pointing away from the speakers, and we can also rotate the speakers away from the microphone such that it is not in the pickup pattern. Now, microphones have a pickup pattern, meaning there is a range where it detects sounds. Now, if the sound that is playing through our speakers of us speaking is being picked up by the microphone again, then that will cause a loop, right? As you can imagine, it goes in the microphone and then it goes through our speakers and then it comes through our microphone again, and that causes echo. So by separating it away and making sure that they do not cross each other's paths, we ensure that this does not cause echo. Not all microphones are designed this way. So if you're looking to get a microphone while working from home, I would recommend getting a cardioid microphone. It's a funny word. I don't know how to pronounce this because there's like one I and O in it, but basically it has a pickup pattern that detects more of the sound in front and doesn't pick up sound from behind. I would avoid an omnidirectional microphone. So I would read the fine print of the microphone box if I were to buy one to check whether it's a cardioid microphone or an omnidirectional microphone. So obviously, if it's an omnidirectional microphone, it's going to pick up the sound all around you, including, no matter how you position the speakers, it's going to pick up, you know, your sound and more sounds and more likely cause echoes. Another way to reduce the occurrence of echo is to reduce the volume of the speaker such that you are able to hear it and it's not too loud such that the room is filled with sound, and then the microphone will pick it up also. So the second thing that I look out for is lighting. When it comes to video calls, it's important that we get as much light as possible on our faces so that we don't look like we are in a dungeon, but rather we look good. So the way cameras work is that the more light there is on our faces, the better we look in general. So one cheap fix is to get a ring light like this. I got this all from Shopee, and basically it's a USB connected light that you can just plug into your computer, and by positioning it in front of me, I can increase the amount of light that is on my face so that I will look brighter. If you don't have a ring light like this, you can still use something natural like a window, like the window beside me. In the day, all you need to do is to open the curtains and let as much natural light into the room as possible. Now, obviously this trick would not work at night because at night there is no daylight. But hey, we shouldn't be having video calls at night, right? The third thing that I would pay attention to is the mute button. This mute button can make or break our professional image on video and audio calls. Why I say this is that because we don't want to suddenly say things that,
What do you want to have for lunch? Yeah, can you help to take out the frozen chicken from the freezer, yeah?
Sorry, I wasn't on mute. No, we're not having frozen chicken for lunch. We're having roasted chicken. Yeah. Sometimes there may be some sounds that we don't want others to hear, such as typing on a computer, or when we are drinking water or we are snacking at the same time, we don't want all those sounds to go in. So I would be very familiar with the mute button, and I would use a shortcut key. For Skype, the shortcut for going mute or unmute is Windows F4, and I will always make sure that I'm aware whether I'm on mute or not on mute. But practically, having the mute button on our fingertips helps us to respond quicker on the call, because we will want to respond quickly when someone asks for our opinion, so that we don't have to fumble and like look for the mute button and only after 5 seconds later, and then people might be mistaken that sorry, you're on mute. Right, so we want to avoid that, and by knowing the mute button we can respond instantly, and that would help to project a very professional image. So these are the 3 tips that I will look out for while working from home, so that we can have great audio without any echoes, and we can look great on videos as well with sufficient lighting, and we can also be aware of whether we're on mute or not on mute. They have actually come from my experience after working from home for 1 year, and also from my own mistakes of not going on mute and having echoes. It's kind of embarrassing as well. So I hope that this video helps you to project a good professional working image while you're working from home, and I hope to see you in my next video.